Hi! We will do in this tutorial a pump from Louboutin. It will be chic, so we can start the tutorial. Okay, we are in Blender. We don't need the cube, so I delete the cube. I press delete on that. After we need some plugins, so you can go to Edit, Preferences, and you can search for the extension Extra Mesh Object. So you search for that, and if it's not installed, you can install. After when it's installed, you will have access to the option if you press Shift-A, Mesh, and you will see single vertex here. And we will rename that to Pump. I go to the top view, I press 7, and after I will do a drag and drop of the image from the top view. Before to do that, you must do in object mode, so I press tab to go to the object mode. After we can reposition the image, so I go to the object and I go to the location X and Y and I put 0 here. After I can move a little bit, so I press G to go to the middle here. Okay. Now with the vertex selected, I go here to the pump, I press tab. So I go here, I press G, Y, and I can move on the top here. After I will do some extrude, we will do the red part. So I go here, I press E, and I can do some extrude. We will do some quad. As you can see, I add a few vertices here. And we need a quad here. So I will do more like here. Just after I take all the vertices, I press A, I go to the mesh, and I do clean up, merge by distance, to be sure that there is only one vertex. When it's done, I will do some vertices in the middle. So I go here, I press E, and I go here. I press N, and I place that to the middle with 0. We can do exactly the same for below. 0, okay. So I extrude here. So I take this point, I press E, and I extrude here. I put to 0. I do exactly the same below. And I put to 0 to be just in the middle. I do the same here. I do exactly the same here. I do the same here. And for the last, I do the same here. With 0. Okay, perfect. Now we can exit here. I press tab and I go to the modifier and I will add a mirror, generate mirror, and we have the mirror of that. Now I will change the view, so I go to 7. If you want to see the picture also in the perspective, you can go here on the image and you click on perspective and you see it will be here. I need another image, so I press 3 and we will put the side view. So I will display that on the perspective also. I take the pump, Yeah, and we can move a little bit the camera to see what we are doing. So I go here, I press G, Y to move a little bit like this. I will put on the scale -1 to have the mirror. So now we go to the bump. I go here. So I select the object. I go to the free. As you can see here, we can maybe move a little bit that down. So I press G, Z to move a little bit down like this. Okay. Okay, and now we will follow the guide here. I will put the opacity to 0.5 because we don't see nothing. I go here and we can go to the edit mode here. So I press tab. The goal it will be to fit the shoe that you can see here. So we move some vertices. So I take this one and we move the vertex, but we select the toggle X-ray to select everything. So I go here G, Z, G, Z. I take all the stuff here, I press G, Z to follow the model here. When we are here, we move this to here and this one here. So now I take the end, I press G, I move a little bit here, and I take this one, I move a little bit here, just to have the shape of the shoes here. Okay, we can do exactly the same for the front here. And I do the same here. G, and I move a little bit more. Like this. Okay, we can check if everything is okay. So I go here. Seems okay. Now we can fill. So I go to the top view. I go here. And we will select some vertices. So I go here. I select this one, and this one. We need to do a quad. And I press F to fill. I repeat the same operation below. So I take 4 vertices and I press F to fill. 4 vertices and fill, and exactly the same here below. Now we can remove the toggle X-ray, and you can see this point is not in the middle, so I select this point, I put to 0. Okay, so now it's okay. What we can do now is to give the shape. So I will take all the faces that you can see here. And we can extrude. So I press E, and we can extrude in Z axis, like this. I go to the front view, and we need also to move a little bit the vertices. To do that, I will go to the X-ray mode. It will be the more easy here. I go to the vertices here, and we can move the vertices G, Z to move everything. I take this one, I press G, Z to move and to give a little bit shape on that. As you can see, I try to follow my reference image that you can see in the back. We don't take too much vertices of the mesh will be really huge, and it's not the goal here. Okay, we have this one, so I move here and I follow here the shape here, as you can see. So far so good, we can continue. So I disable the X-ray mode. I take the part that you can see on the top. So I take faces here, and we can select the faces here. Okay, I go here and I press E to extrude, as you can see here. And after we will move some points, of course. So I go here, I go to the X-ray, and I go to the vertices. And here, we are almost in the final part here. So I go here, I move everything to give the nice look and feel that you can see here. Okay. I will move some point to give more the shape of the shoes here, and we can take this point here to have the shape here. Okay, now we can check, and I will remove the perspective view, as you can see here. We need to remove some face, so what I will do, it's just to hide the symmetry to have more easy. So you can hide here to the edit mode, and I will select every faces that you can see here, and I will remove that. Okay, and I press delete and faces. We can see again the mirror here, and now we need to select, you know, the face on the top to remove the part that we don't need here. So this part we don't need. I press delete, faces, and now it's okay, as you can see here. We can check in the right view to see if everything is okay. Seems good. And now we can add a solidify on that. So I go here, I press tab to go to the object mode, and we will add the solidify. So I go to the modifier, add modifier, generate solidify. And we can put here for the thickness 0.08. Maybe it will be too much, but we will reduce that just after. And we can put the offset to 1. Okay, we will do the heel. So I go here and I go to the edit mode, and I will select some faces. It will be the last part here. Okay, so what I will do is just an extrude like this, and we go to the right view, and I can go to the perspective and the wireframe, and we can select some vertices. So I go here, I select this one with G, and I can move like this. So I will try to follow the shape of the heel, as you can see here. Okay. After we need some extrude, so I will change the view. I go here, and we can select the face that we can see here. I press E to extrude, I press 3, and I press toggle X-ray. Okay, and after we can move the point. Maybe to the wireframe it will be more easy. So I take this point and I move like this. Okay, and I take this point and I move like this. Okay, we can go to the face mode. I select the face here, and it's also an extrude. So I press 3, extrude, like this. Now I can do a scale, so I press S to scale a little bit, not too much, and I press G to move like this. So I move the vertices, I press G and I move like this. I take this one, I move like this, and I take this one and I move like this. After I take some faces here and here, okay, and I can do an extrude. So I go here, I press E for extrude and S to scale a little bit like this. I press G to move a little bit like this. And I will put all the points. I press S, Z, 0. And normally everything is flat now. Yes. We have just a point that is not in the middle, so I take this one and we can put to 0. And we can take this point also and we can put to 0. We can take these two vertices here and we can move G to the x-axis to a little bit close like that. Okay, and now we can do the same operation for the extrude. So I take this face and I do E, extrude, I press 3, I press S to scale a little bit and I can move like this. I press S to scale, okay. Now we can see in the back if everything is okay. It's not the case, so I take some vertices here. So I press this one, I press G and to the X, and I will move like this, okay? And this one we can press G, X, and we can move like that. Okay. For the rest, I can take the both. I press G, X to get more close, like this. Okay, we can check. So I can move some vertices. So I take this one and I move the vertices G, X, like this. G, X, like that. Okay, now I can take the 4, I press G, X, and I can give more closer like this. Okay. Now we can take the face below and we can do some extrude. So I press 3, I press E, and I go really below, like here. And we can do another extrude. like this. I do S to scale a little bit, and I do a last extrude here, just like that. Okay, just to give the end. We can see the result, and now I press 3. I take the vertices here and I move a little bit to the X axis. So I take all the vertices here, I press G, and I move to the Y axis with Y, like this. Okay. So it must be really straight. Okay, now we can go to the face mode. I will remove the toggle X-ray and we can check. We need to move some vertices, as you can see here. So I will go to vertex mode. I will take this one, I press G and X to make a little bit that closer like this. And I will take this one, I press G, and we can put X to make that a little bit closer like that. Okay, we can do exactly the same here, G, X, to have something more in this shape. Okay, we can see if everything is okay. Seems really good. And now we can take the vertices that you can see here. So I press Shift to take only these vertices. And we can go to the top view and I move G to the X axis a little bit, just to give a little bit roundness to that. Okay. Now we can check like this. Seems okay. So I click here. I will just hide my reference image, as you can see here. And we can exit to the object mode. Like that. Now this seems good, so I will add a modifier, generate subdivision surface, like this. As you can see on the middle, we have some issue here because we have not some points fixed of some vertices fixed. We will do that now. First, I will unactivate the subdivision. So I just click here to not see the subdivision. And after, we can take the point that we can see in the middle here. So to do that, I will just hide the mirror and we can go to the edit mode. Okay. So I take this point, we put 0. I take this point, we can put 0 also. And I take this point, we can put 0 to be sure that it's on the middle. Same here, it's okay, and same here, it's okay. Now we can check the back. So as you can see, I have a vertices here. So as you can see, we have a vertex here. So we need to see it's a 0, it's okay, and this one must be 0, okay. So now I select all the vertices A, I press Mesh, Clean Up, and we can go to Merge by Distance. Everything is okay. 0, it's okay also. Here it's not seem 0. Okay, so now we need to delete some faces. So I go to the faces mode. I will select this one. I delete this face. I take this face, and this face, and this face, we can delete that also. And I will go to the vertex mode. I press A, mesh, clean up, merge by distance, and everything normally will be okay. Okay, now we can reactivate the mirror, so I click here, and we can show the subdivision. Okay, now we can take the vertex here, here, and here to see if it's in the middle. It's not the case, so I put 0. I take this one, I put 0. So I will close everything. Zero. And the last 0. Can do exactly the same below, so I press 0 here, and we can do the same here, so it will be 0 also. Zero. Just you must be patient, so I press this one and it will be 0. And this one is already 0, so it's okay, but we have the same issue here, 0. And now everything is closed like this. So now it's nice. Okay, everything is done. It's really good. Okay, we can go for the material. So I go here for material, and I will add a new material here. And we can call that black leather. And we will put a dark black, so we will put 0505 everywhere. Metallic, we don't need that. Roughness, we can put 0.08. And for the rest, it's okay. For code, we can put 1, and roughness we can put 0.03. This is okay. Okay, I go here, and we can check the material here. Okay. I right click on that and I put shade auto smooth like this. Okay. We can go to the edit mode and I press tab. I go here because we don't see nothing, and I will select the faces below to take the red part. So we have the stuff here, the stuff here, and we can put to there. So I select all the part that you can see here except the heel. After I go here, I press plus and the new material here, new. I can rename that to red leather, so I put here red leather. And we change the color. I take the color here, so I put B0 to have a red color. So I chose this red, as you can see here. And after, for the roughness, we can put 0.25. For specular, we can put 0.45 here. And for coat, we can put 0.4 here. and we can put 0.1 to the roughness. When it's done, you can do assign, and after you can check the material here in the preview. I click outside to see. Okay. We have select also the faces here, and we don't need that. So I will go to the solid view. We can unselect the part below, and we can go to the modifier. We need to apply the modifier, because if we don't do that, we just have one surface for the shoes. So we go to the modifier, and we can go to the object mode. So I press tab. I will apply the mirror, and I will apply the solidify like this. And after I select some segment. So I will select this segment, and also this segment and this segment here. I press F to fill. I click outside. After I take face select, I select all the face that you can see here. So we don't miss nothing. And after I go to the material, I press plus, new, and I will call that beige leather. I assign to the selection. We can change the color, so I click here and I choose this color. And for metallic it's 0, for roughness it will be 0.45. For specular we will put 0.25, and it's okay. After we can check if everything is okay, so I click outside, tab, I go to the modifier, I put 2 for the subdivision, for the preview, and we can go here for the material preview. As you can see, there is something strange here. So what we can do, we go to the object mode, so I press tab. After I take this face, I delete this face, as you can see here, and now we need to clean a little bit the mesh. So I take this face, this face, this face, this face, all the face around that you can see here, and we need to do delete. After I go here, I take the segment around, as you can see here, and now we can close that. So I press F to close. And as you can see, now it's perfect fill. So I click outside. And we can do the preview here, as you can see here. Okay. We need to select also the face on the top. So I go here, material. So I go here. When everything is select, I do assign. And after I can click tab to have the object. Now we can do some refined. So I press tab, I go here, I press the vertices, and I press K for knife. I go on this point and I go to this point and I press enter. Okay. After I press K, I go on this point and to this point and I press enter. And now I press tab, and now it's really perfect. So if I go here, You see, now this is really what we need. Okay, now as you can see, everything is done. I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial and we will see us for next tutorial. Bye!